Hey guys, it's Bismoto. Today I'm out on the GSX s750. Just out riding around. Today I was out working on my Z125. I gave it its first oil change. I noticed the motor in that thing made a lot of noise with the oil that was in it. I ended up putting 1030 GN4 motor oil in it, which is Honda, motorcycle oil. And it actually made it quiet down a bit, and also makes a shift. It seems like it shifts a little easier. I mean, I don't know, I run it in my ZS190s, and I know my new ZS190 shifts very easy, where my other one is a little bit more difficult, but I think in that one I'm running Rotella. So the next time I change the oil, I'm going to try the GN4 in it and see if that makes a difference. Otherwise, guys, I hope you guys are having a happy Father's Day. It might not be Father's Day when I upload this, but I just kind of realized that it was Father's Day. I was calling some of my friends up and texting them, and they're all doing family stuff, and then it dawned on me, oh shit, it's Father's Day. My dad passed away quite a while ago, so don't really keep up with that stuff so much anymore. Man, what a nice view. Beautiful day for a ride. I wasn't really planning on doing any riding this weekend because it was supposed to be raining all weekend, and of course, you don't make any plans, and then what happens? It ends up being a beautiful day. Story of my life, guys. Story of my life. And then the days I do make plans, the weather's shit. Or it's cold, or whatever. A lot of gravel on these roads around here. Shit makes me nervous. Loving my new bike though. A lot of fun to ride. She goes. Has a lot of throttle left, and I just don't want to wring it out that far, especially being new. But yeah, guys, I was sitting there thinking now, the Honda Grom, the body style it's had now has been out for quite a while. I don't know if they released the 2021s out yet, but I was sitting there thinking, I mean, they really need to do some updates on the Honda Grom. I mean, almost every bike now, even the Z125, has a gear indicator, which is something that bike definitely needs because it's only a 4-speed for one. Beautiful car, look at that. Wow. Charger 69, I believe, by the tail lights. I think the one with the round is a 68, but that one right there was the Dukes of Hazzard model Charger. Very nice. Jealous. Probably about a $75,000 car, if not more than that right now. man, is it nice out. I was out, oh, but anyways, we were talking about the Honda Grom needing updates. Yeah, I honestly think it needs definitely needs a gear indicator, because it being a 4-speed, you always assume there's another gear, and there's not. And, you know, I mean, if the Z125 could do it, and, you know, even my Chinese Grom clone has a gear indicator. I mean, I don't know, honestly, with me, I always liked Hondas because they have their quality and all that stuff. You know, they're dependable. That's what I should say. They're dependable. They're, you know, a Honda will last you forever, but it seems like, to me, Honda always cheaps out on, like, brakes and, you know, like their swing arms and stuff like that. You know, they're always just like square tube steel swing arms, nothing fancy, you know. They're higher priced bikes, I'm sure they add a little bit more to them, but like my CB300F, everything on that bike was cheap. You know, I mean, no good brake, you know, the brakes are just blah. They worked, but they were just, you know, nothing fancy. You know, and I don't know, I think Honda needs to up their game a little bit. I mean, maybe not so much with the Grom. Like I said, that a gear shift indicator would make a big difference in those bikes. And they've been using the same instrument cluster now since 2014, I believe. And I believe that's time for a change too. You know, I mean, I wouldn't so much say put an LCD screen on it, because that's more of like for a higher priced bike, obviously. But I mean, even if they did something like the Z, where it's got like a needle instead of the LCD LED screen, whatever. You know, and maybe make it both ways, like the Z125, you know, or just change something. I mean, it's been the same for so long. And they should really fix the oiling problem they have when, you know, they know that people use them for wheelies. So they should, like, step up their game a little bit and maybe fix that. I do want to get another Grom someday. I'm not going to get one until, well, honestly, I don't think I told you guys this in any of my other videos, because I haven't made one since then. But I was told Monday this week, or wait, no, it was actually Tuesday this week, that my job will be gone in a year. Not just my job, the whole building will be emptied out and gone. So everybody who works at my factory right now where I work will be gone by July 1st next year, supposedly. So I'm not going to go buying another bike until I have another job, and I kind of want to wait until I pay off all the bikes I have right now. You know, I owe on this one, and I owe just a little bit left on my Z125, not much. But I'd like to get rid of these two bikes first. Maybe even just the Z125, but if I buy a Grom, I'll probably buy it with cash, this next one. But I would like to wait and see if they do any updates first. And if they don't, then maybe wait till the next year release. But maybe not, because I do miss my white Grom. I didn't really want to get rid of it when I did, but I wanted to have something down for a trade-in on this one. And so that's what I did, because the Grom was paid off. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. You think it's time for the Grom to get an upgrade? You know, motor-wise or any feature-wise or anything else like that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the frame and the swing arm and all that, stock is just fine on that bike. Like I said, it's a cheap price point bike, and if they start adding expensive stuff to it, the price is obviously going to go up. But maybe just like an update, like I said, with just a gauge would be nice. Seeing that that one's been out since 2014. And honestly, the Z hasn't had an upgrade either since 2016, so I don't know. I guess, you know, as long as they're selling, they don't really have to make an upgrade. And I guess that's probably the way they feel about it too. And don't get me wrong, both bikes are badass. I don't like the Z over the Grom, and well, I shouldn't say that. The Z is a little more friendlier bike. I think the Grom shifted better, honestly. But I like the Z125 because of the gear indicator and the different gauge. You know, the gauge is a little bit nicer in my opinion. But I still want a Grom. I don't care if I get an old, like a 2014 or 15 or whatever, or if I get the SF Grom. I just want to get another one someday. And maybe next time I'll just buy a low mileage used one, save myself some money. Some people don't understand, you buy a Grom, they're made to go slow, so then when they buy it and they find out how slow it is, they want to get rid of it right away. But I mean, you don't buy a Grom to go fast, you know. I mean, I guess some people do, and they spend a fortune with companies like Grom Fathers and whatever, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth putting that kind of money into that kind of bike. But to each their own. I mean, I understand it's a hobby and everybody likes doing their own thing, so more power to them. To me, if you want your bike to go fast, just buy a faster bike. That's why I bought this. The 300F wasn't cutting it. And not only that, but on windy days, the thing was horrible. You would just get blown all around on the CB300F. It was just too light of a bike. There was no weight to it. Now, with this bike, I kind of feel the opposite. This bike, I feel, is a little heavy, but at least I don't get blown around, you know, when I'm driving. Like today's a little windy day, and I don't feel like I'm being blown all over the road like I did on the CB300F. But this bike is like 465 pounds, and the same exact bike in the 1000cc of this bike is actually a few pounds lighter, which is really weird. So they must use like an aluminum swing arm or something, or more aluminum parts, or I'm not sure. I don't know how they save the weight, honestly. I can sit here and make shit up all day. It doesn't mean it's true. So don't take my word for it. I don't know what they did to make it lighter, but it is lighter. And honestly, the way how this bike handles and rides with the rider modes and stuff like that, that bike has the same rider modes. I kind of wish I would have just spent the extra $1,000 and got the 1000cc now. Not that I really needed the power, but I mean, like I said, it's a little bit lighter bike. The power for this bike is perfect for me. I don't think I'll ever use this bike's full power. I really don't. I see no reason to want to go, you know, 130 miles an hour. Or, you know, to me, comfortable speeds around 75. You know, that's a comfortable fast speed for me. You know, 85 maybe once I put the windscreen on here. That's another thing, guys. I ordered a windscreen for this. I'm supposed to be getting that Monday, so maybe I'll make a video of that. Maybe we'll see. And I also have my exhaust coming for it. I bought the It's called a Hurricane exhaust. It's coming from Brazil. I don't remember the full name. I think it's Hurricane Evolution. Yeah, that's it. And I ordered that for this thing, so this can make this bike extremely loud. But I think having a loud bike is probably a good idea for safety reasons. I just hope it's not too loud. Like my little 190cc bikes are. Those bikes are like ear-deafening loud. This bike sounds really good stock. It really does. When you get it up in the higher RPMs, it sounds great. So I will not be throwing away the stock exhaust just in case I decide to go back. But I don't know. I'm kind of torn on mods I want to do to this. I don't know if I want to do a mirror mod. I was thinking about doing. I was honestly thinking about putting bar end mirrors on here, but it's like I keep saying all the time with you guys about room in my shed. If I put the bar end mirrors on, it's like another 6 inches, to the side of room it's going to be taken up. And then I run more of a risk of scratching up my other bikes, with the mirrors accidentally rubbing on it or whatever. But I don't know. Unfortunately, I wish I had a full-size garage where I could just park all my bikes in a row, and whenever I want to take something, I just grab one and go. But for me, I gotta take out at least one bike to get out any of my other bikes. So it's kind of annoying. Should install like another door on my shed or something so I can take it out of the side or what. That'd actually be a really good idea, actually. I'll have to think about that when I put up a new shed. A lot of rambling in this video, but I don't know. Like I said, I did the tail tidy mod on this. You guys seen that in the pictures I posted on the last video. It's the only mod I've done so far to it. Still waiting on my plates for this bike. It's driving me crazy. I wish the guy would hurry up and drop them off. I wish the postman would hurry up and drop them off, but it's the DMV that's taking their time. But I got the letter from the DMV saying my plates are coming. And they told me, just hang on the registration and carry this little yellow piece of paper that they gave me saying that my plates are on the way. So if I get pulled over, I just got to show them that. But it's just a hassle getting pulled over, especially on a bike. A lot of the roads on the curves here, some of them are really narrow, and you pull off and there's a drop, and I don't want to drop, and I don't want to pull off to the side of the road and drop my bike or something stupid. You see that happening to quite a bit of people. And I don't want to do that. I like my bike. She rides so nice. I was trying to decide what oil I'm going to run in this bike. I thought about running a Rotella. Everybody says that's fine. But I also think I should maybe just run the Suzuki oil in it just to be safe. I don't know. Or even if I don't run the Suzuki oil, maybe just run Mobil 1, motorcycle oil. I'm gonna have to make up my mind pretty soon because I wanted to change the oil in this before I hit 300 miles, and I'm at 279 right now. So I'm supposed to do the first oil change at 500 miles, but I don't like to wait that long for the first oil change. And I would like to do it at, like 300, and then, maybe then at 6, and then do it like every 1,000 miles or so. I don't think I would want to go more than 1,000 miles per oil change, even though they say I think every oil change on this is supposed to be every 3,000. Maybe it's more. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the book again. But I don't know. On a motorcycle, I'm not sure if it's a good idea to wait that long. I know there's one guy who posted that he only changes his oil once every year, no matter how many miles he puts on it. And I was like, damn. And he said he had a lot of miles on his bike. I can't remember how many, so I'm not going to say how many, but I don't remember. But I don't know, a lot of oil companies even say that we change our oil way too often. And I know I change mine too often, but I would rather change it than have to replace shit later. What the hell was that? It looked like a big giant caterpillar just crossed the road, but I don't know what the hell it was, but it was moving. I do got bikes behind me. Yeah, just a guy on a Harley. There's a lot of Harleys around here because of, you know, this being Wisconsin. It's like, gotta have a Harley. No, you really don't. I'll turn in the park here and give you guys a look at the bike. Oh, Jesus. I was watching motorcycle crash videos, and now every time I see somebody start moving from being at a stop, I always think they're going to pull out in front of me. That is one thing I did notice about this throttle, is it seems a little twitchy. Not a big fan of that, but especially you start hitting these bumps and your throttle you just keep twisting your throttle a little bit each time you hit a bump, kinda. So it makes the ride a little jerky. Wow. Suspension on this bike is a little stiff, but I'm guessing because it's a sport bike, it's supposed to be that way. This is adjustable suspension, so I probably can make it softer. But I don't know, everybody says that the way it comes from the factory is probably the most ideal, so I guess I'll just leave it there, you know, for my weight anyways. Some pretty sharp curves around here. I'm not a big fan of flying around curves. I don't know, it's just seems like a very bad idea. You know, you never know if there's going to be gravel on the road. And you have a 465 bike fall on you, that's not going to be a good day. I like my blips of speed, you know, going on the straightaway every once in a while, but I don't think accelerating super fast around the corner is the smart thing to do. Oh, it's nice to see people getting out and enjoying the park. Things around here, people are starting to do stuff again. Okay, I'll stop here in the shade real quick. And I'll do a walk around the bike, and then I'm going to end this video because it is getting a little long. And I don't know, anything you guys think about that I said in the comments, you know, or put things in the comments of anything I said that you think about the Grom or oil I should run in this bike or whatever. Put it down in the comments. Let me know. But yeah, guys, here's the bike. This is what it looks like right now. Still waiting for the plates. I'll tell you what, I bought bikes from these guys so many times, and I think it's my last time buying a bike from Action Power Sports. Every time I buy something from them, it's always something, you know. I mean, for one, I really don't think they cut me that good of deals. I feel like I gave my Grom away to them for free, and they just basically didn't take anything off of the price of this bike for that trade-in. So I don't think I'm going to be using them anymore. I think that's the end of using that company. Anybody know of a good dealership around here in Wisconsin, put it in the link below if you can. And I will have to check them out and see what they have to offer. But yeah, the exhaust I ordered comes down here, and it just exits out the side here, so it stays down low and it doesn't stick out. So that will look really nice. And like I was saying, like, you know, this bike, they use the cheaper Nissan brakes. The 1000cc version of this bike, they use Brembos. But these brakes seem to grab really good. I'll almost guarantee I could probably lock it up and flip the bike over. So I don't know why you would need better brakes, but these work fine. This bike is non-ABS. I kind of wish I would have got ABS, but I don't know. People tell me it kind of freaks them out when it works. So, I don't know. And I ordered a radiator cover for this, so hopefully that comes in soon. Before I get a rock or something in it. I should probably not ride it so much until I get it, but I don't know. This thing's too fun. I converted it to LED light bulbs because I heard that the stock light bulbs melt the glass or the plastic and mess up the lens and breaks it, and like I said, melts. So I even seen the guy post a picture where it melted up here, which is crazy. Don't know why it would do that. And I don't know. Some of the guys said that they would cover them under warranty, but I don't want to take that chance, so I just threw a LED bulb in it. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm thinking about buying bar end mirrors. There's a guy who mounted his bar end mirrors and was able to leave these extenders on, which would be a really good idea in case it gets dropped. What else am I thinking about doing? I'm thinking about putting frame sliders on it. The Shogun or shotgun ones they make for, you know, they probably bolt here or something, I'm assuming. And maybe the case savers for the motor. But other than that, I don't know. I might take off the rear foot pegs because I don't usually ride with the passenger. I won't throw them away or sell them or anything, just in case I start riding with somebody. I thought about maybe buying a quick shifter for this, but I don't know. It sounds like it'd be fun having that. Yeah, I also thought about putting a lowering kit on it because when I sit on it, I'm not flat-footed. I'm gonna have to look. Let me see. Let's see how close I am. Yeah. See, I stand on my. I could almost flat-foot it. I gotta like stretch to flat-foot it. So, but I would like it just to be low enough where my feet are firmly on the ground. So that way, if you make an emergency stop, you're not like. You know, some people who never rode a bike won't understand this, but you put your foot down, and sometimes you feel unsteady if you can't put both feet down, and then you're like, whoa, 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 you know, and you know, in certain situations where like it's an emergency or something, you're not prepared for it, it could really freak you out. And another thing I thought about getting was a cruise control thing where you put it on here and you just push it on here and it stays, you know, whatever mile per hour you want to be doing. Thought about getting that too. But it's kind of weird. I wonder how... Oh, okay. I see how it works. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to see how it works. What you do is you set it, and I think you move it forward, and it hits your brake here. And when you go to slow down, you just twist it, and it lets go. So... But yeah, that's my video for today. So I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Post any comments down below. Like, subscribe. And that's it. Enjoy your day. Have a good Father's Day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.